Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about the startling amount of landlords that are looking to leave the market. You see, we've done a survey to you guys, the viewers of this channel, and hundreds of people have responded. And these are landlords that are telling us what they're doing in the market at the moment. Now, we gave them various options. Are they holding and just keeping the properties that they've got already? Are they looking to sell the properties that they've got already? Or are they looking to buy new properties? Are they just seeing lots of opportunities now from all the other landlords that are looking to quit and the uncertainty in the market? So in this video, I'm going to tell you how many landlords are leaving and what impact this could ultimately have on the housing market in 2026. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We've just hit 51,000 subscribers. And by subscribing, you'll get all the latest house price news, interest rate news, property investing tips, and much, much more. And let's get some more views on this video. Your part in this is really simple. All you need to do is smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm, and that really does help the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. So thank you to everyone that responded to this. We actually had a lot of votes on this. It was 489 landlords responded to our survey, which is not insignificant. Now, there's a lot of pessimism for landlords at the moment. And I think if I did this in January, I think the result that I've got right here could actually be worse. You see, we knew that the Renters' Rights Bill was coming, but now, since then, there's a date. So we know by May 1st, landlords aren't going to be able to issue what we call a Section 21, a no-fault eviction. That's gone forever. And so right now, a ton of landlords are giving Section 21s, getting rid of their tenants. And now we've got that deadline this week, which was after this survey. I think you're going to see more landlords read that news, hear about it, and decide, yeah, I'm out too. So we'll see ultimately where this ends up. Now, this isn't good for tenants, because I know when I make a video like this, I'm going to get tenants that comment on the video and say, landlords are greedy, landlords are scum, get rid of the landlords. But ultimately, there's a lot of people that need to rent a property because of circumstances, or maybe they've got financial issues. They just don't have a deposit to buy a property. Maybe they just like the flexibility. They like the fact that someone fixes the problems when they arise. There's lots of different reasons that people rent. And if you push out the small landlords, you're going to end with the big corporate landlords that have already got reputations for not looking after properties. In fact, in Croydon near me, there's a whole block of flats where everyone's stuff is mouldy because they've been built wrong, the ventilation's wrong. So people are opening their wardrobes and they're full of mould. It's crazy, and that isn't going to get resolved anytime soon. And so this is the problem when you get big landlords or councils being landlords, that you do get good individual landlords. But with all the legislation, with the Renters' Rights Bill, the Section 24 tax, the EPC stuff that's on the way potentially as well, that's just making people want to quit because they're worried that they're going to lose money doing this. So let's talk about who's buying in the market at the moment. So out of these 489 landlords that have been surveyed, how many of them are buying? It's not a big amount, but it's interesting that some still are. I'm still looking to buy. Good deals are out there. And so are 13% of landlords. They're just looking at the market, and as Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful. Lots of people are leaving the market. They're worried about all this legislation. But if you know how to run a property business, if you know that you can buy a property in a limited company and you can deduct expenses and you're probably not going to get hit by the national insurance, then this is an opportunity. And there are some landlords that right now just want to sell at a very competitive price. And so that's a good opportunity. So 13% of landlords are buying. What about holding? So landlords that are holding, that just want to see what's happening is 49%. So it's going to be the biggest chunk of the market. And so, yeah, that's not insignificant. And they just want to see what's happening. Or like me, I plan to never sell my properties. I started this YouTube channel and the journey on here because I've got 2 daughters. Some of you might know that because you've been around from the beginning. I've got Amelie, who's 4, going on 19. I've got Georgia, who's 24. Bit of an age gap there. But I've invested in properties for them because I see a crisis with things like AI and employment in the future. And I think property is a solid asset when you know how to do it, when you can add value to it. So I'm not buying new build properties. I'm buying properties that need a refurbishment that I can add value to. So I'm holding, well, I'm more in the buying section. But if I was not looking to buy, I would be in the holding category as well. So how many are selling? Well, I'm sure you can do maths. Some of you already know. It's 38%, isn't it? So 38% is a huge number of landlords that are looking to sell properties. And that is really going to hit the rental market next year. And if you're a landlord that's holding or buying, that's potentially positive news for you, because the private rental sector shrinking means there's less competition. It's going to drive rents up. For tenants, this isn't good. This has happened in Edinburgh. So in Edinburgh, they were very anti-landlord in Scotland in the pandemic. They put rent caps on. They had all these new legislation that came out. So a lot of landlords just quit. And then you got properties that were up for rent in Edinburgh that had 200 applicants. In fact, some of you landlords have said you've had as many as 150 applicants. I recall someone in Coventry was saying, or Birmingham was saying, they put their property up and they get 150 applicants for their property. That's insane. So if you're a tenant, you could have the best credit rating, the best income, you could afford the property, you would be a great tenant. You keep it clean and tidy, but you're just not going to get seen in that deluge of applicants. And that's the problem here. The rental market shrinking isn't good for tenants because there's then a lack of supply. Tenants then have to stay where they are, even if they don't like the property. And that ultimately pushes up rents as well. And that's the biggest problem. You see, a year and a half ago, rents were going up 10%. This year, they're going up around 5%. Next year, I'll be shocked if they don't go up 10% again. Then the vicious cycle will start. The debate will then be, we need to put rent caps on. And if you put rent caps on, that's what they did in Scotland, you'll get more landlords that actually leave the market. And when they leave, then you'll get 200, 300, 400 people applying for a property. Now, the rent might be affordable, but the problem you've got is that you can't even get a property. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how many of you are looking to leave the market. I'd like to know your comments or thoughts on this. Give me your thoughts if you're a tenant. Give me your thoughts if you're a landlord. Explain to me what you think should be done to fix this property crisis. Do smash like, and before you go, make sure you grab our ebook, Mortgage Secrets. It's in the description. That will get you the best mortgage deals, off-market deals, and much, much more. Thousands of you have grabbed that already. Do also check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.